All right. And now they've got everything set up for the sale of the data. They've decided to go out and take care of this Zeppelin run they've been wanting to do since they heard of the Zeppelin in the first place. So let's see how it goes for them as they head out into the Badlands.
And we're heading to Snake Nation.
So that is being set up via Max, because Max was given, basically told to contact Santiago when he wants to go take care of that.
Yep.
So you just gonna hit him up on day 5?
I'll hit him up on day 5.
He'll pick up pretty quickly on the radio. It's like, hey, what's going on?
Hey, we're ready to go on the Zeppelin.
Okay. I've got some people that have been kind of camping out in that direction since you and I went on that intel run.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like it's still in the same spot. They've been moving some large gear from what they're saying in and out of the thing. I'm not quite sure what it is that they're doing yet. Nobody's seen inside the crates. We haven't actually moved on the camp, so to speak. But I've got Josiah as our contact man on the ground. We got Full Stop with them and Lyra. So I got 3 Snake Nation out there right now. Keep an eye on it. So we'll be meeting up with them.
All right.
When do you want to go? During the day, during night? So I can let them know to start prepping for stuff.
I mean, based on the intel, I mean, what are they telling you on the ground? A nighttime operation better or?
Well, they're doing a lot of the heavy lifting at night because it's cooler. I'm not quite sure what it is because we haven't got to see inside the crates yet, but it looks like they have probably, I'd say at least 15 head on the ground.
That's day and night, same.
Night's going to be a little bit quieter. You're going to have more people, like, obviously taking shifts as they're doing watch. Daytime is when they've got most of their lookouts out and about. We've been kind of avoiding them mostly during the day, so I don't know how much activity, but we know at night when we've had people sneak around the camp, they have some heavy machine guns laid up, like machine gun nests, essentially, so watch out for those. But they do have occasional guards that walk perimeter. Not a lot of activity at night, aside from just lifting up into the Zeppelin.
All right. Well, nighttime sounds better to me. Better opportunity to at least start off quietly.
I agree. So I will give you the frequency for Josiah. He'll be able to take care of stuff on the ground from there on out. I'll let him know that you're coming as well. And you'll hear a blip as he kind of sends you the frequency you can reach him on. Now, okay. Do you need anything before you head out?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Hang on a second. Hey, do we need anything before going out to start this Zeppelin thing? Anybody?
I think we're good. The drop is pretty nice.
Yeah, all right.
Do you have any like first aid kits?
How about first aid kits? We got first aid kits?
Any cotton?
Yeah, I can put some aside for you guys. You got sure. I mean, that's not an issue.
Thumbs up to CD. Cool.
Just in case.
Yeah, totally, man.
Maybe a large piece of metal we can hide someone behind.
Fox will just roll his eyes.
It's okay.
I'll send some out to Josiah to make sure they have a stock for you.
Cool. Yeah, I'll hit up Josiah and find out where to meet him.
All right, sounds good.
Cool. I'll hang up.
Okay.
And then I will dial up Josiah.
You have about a 30-second delay before he responds. You're kind of ping him over, get nothing in response, and then finally when he answers, like, yo, yeah, hey, what's up?
Hey, Santiago gave me your number. This is Max.
Max. Oh, yeah, we're doing code names, huh?
Yeah, of course we are.
I'm Secret Squirrel.
I don't know if this is a secure frequency, Secret Squirrel.
Well, Max, let's pretend like it isn't, because this is more fun.
All right, well, then, Max to Secret Squirrel.
Secret Squirrel.
I've got my team ready to rendezvous at your location.
All right, I'll send you the coordinates for the clubhouse, and then we'll have a party.
Z is giggling in the background. You can actually legitimately hear Z giggling.
What's the code word to get into the clubhouse?
Strawberry shortcake.
Strawberry shortcake. All right, Secret Squirrel. Max, over and out.
All right. And you hear before he gets offline, this female's like, hey, you should have said moose and squirrel. Moose and squirrel. And it clicks. So he sends you coordinates that are roughly, I'd say, when you guys, it's actually the same stuff right around where you and Santiago were doing intel. So it's like 40 miles northwest of Night City, right? So You got to go about 30 west, east, Jesus Christ. It's 30 miles east. It's 40 miles northeast. When my west is in the ocean. So you guys hit about 30 miles east, and then you go 10 miles north. So that's going to be roughly around the spot where you're going to be going. It looks like from the coordinates he gave you, you're stopping out like maybe a mile away from where the camp actually is.
All right, that's cool. Yeah, we'll head right over there. We don't have any other stops or anything we need to make,
All right.
so we'll just go directly there at to make sure that we arrive at when it's already dark.
So only being 40 miles roughly out of town, it's only going to take you like maybe 45 minutes to get out there. You know,
Okay.
about 20 to 30 to get out of Night City, and then like another like 40 to get out to the location, essentially. So you're looking at like an hour and a half or so, you know, when all said and done with traffic. When you make it out there, what you see is essentially like a small camp area where you've got 2 SUVs and then a small high performance vehicle, like a Fiero type car. It looks like an Arrow, but it's got a souped up engine in the back. You can see it's got like some of the exhaust pipes have been run up along the side of the back fenders. Really souped up vehicle. Looks like it'd probably be incredibly fast. It's built purely for speed. The SUVs are roughly, I'd say 50% armor and maneuverability enhancements that you can tell by looking at them, the way they sit on the ground. You will see 3 people. So one woman's wearing like this red faux leather jacket. She's got dark hair. It's pulled back in a ponytail. She's got, it looks like a sniper rifle and a heavy pistol on her. You will see the only male, because it's obvious, this guy is like, got this beard. He's wearing like this leather jacket with the sleeves ripped off. He's got an assault rifle over one shoulder. He's very much just kind of chilling out, having a beer on the car as you guys pull on up. And the other individual, she is wearing like loose clothing, full with like a head wrap and like a scarf around her face. She's just quietly, looks like she's polishing or sharpening a knife of some sort as you pull up.
Pull up, park, get out.
When you get out, Josiah's like, "Hey, Max, Secret Squirrel.
Strawberry shortcake.
Good to know." God, I would love a dessert right about now.
Who wouldn't?
Right, who wouldn't? So, these are your friends coming with for the job?
Got the whole band here.
Cool. And he'll kind of push off a vehicle and he'll kind of walk towards the front of the cars. You see they're all kind of angled to one spot. There's like a small campfire they have that's kind of smoldering now. Looks like they kind of put out the fire already. He's kind of points over to the ground, and as you kind of move forward, and you will see like in the dirt, he's drawn up this rough map. He's like, "All right, so Secret Squirrel, no more bullshit here. What we're gonna do, Max, is hit this place however you guys want to do it. I know we've got intel. We've got basically, and he'll do like 2 buildings on the north side of the little map he's drawing out. This is where most of them are sleeping, and then there's a 3rd building he kind of like has drawn in. This has the ladders and all the rope pulleys that are going up to the Zeppelin. And he makes a little smaller building down to the left of that. Like this is a 1-bedroom. Looks like one of the guys that's running mainly security. We have a machine gun nest between the buildings on the north and on the south. A couple vehicles still around. They've got like an old fire truck that they pulled up. I guess it's probably filled with fuel. I don't know what fuels is. I don't even know what's going on with that. I don't know Zeppelins, man. I couldn't tell you. But we can hit them from below and sneak some explosives up top and take the whole thing down. But from what I hear, Santiago has hinted that you think it'd be a good asset to capture instead?
Yes.
Why?
Because of the ability to haul cargo via air, and it'll send a message to anybody else around that something like this is Snake Nation territory only. We could weaponize the thing too. I mean, there's a lot of possibilities.
It's a big ass Zeppelin, though. I mean,
It
I
is.
get you. Like, it's possible, but
What it comes down to is Max really wants to drive a Zeppelin.
yeah.
I've never flown one before. I've just learned how to fly.
Then that's really all that I need to know. That's my justification right there. Like, we'll see about taking the fucker then.
And if we can't, that's fine. If it's got to go up in flames, it's got to go up in flames. But I'd like to take a shot at getting the thing out of there first and flying it out.
Okay.
So tell me about this fire truck.
It's an old fire truck, man. I don't know what to tell you.
How close is it to the blimp?
Fire truck's on the ground. The blimp's in the air.
Right. How high up is the blimp?
If you're asking for a ladder to reach it, no.
No. I want to make sure the shrapnel from the fire truck doesn't reach the blimp.
It's like 100 feet.
It might be okay.
Okay. So this is apparently not going to be a stealth mission, is what I'm getting right now. Ask people asking about shrapnel and shit like that.
I'm just
Well,
running scenarios
As
through
long
my
as
head.
it can be.
I think we're just trying to get all the information that we can. When it comes to tactical stuff, tends to not really be my thing. I'll point to CD. This is usually the guy that I default to with tactics and strategies and all that stuff. So he'd be able to tell you way better than I whether quiet or loud is the way to go on something like this.
Okay.
I'm just gonna side eye over to CD like.
We're stealing a Zeppelin, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm gonna go with quiet, only because our target is slow, it's cumbersome, and it's a giant, big fucking target. So,
Yeah, it is.
my belief is we should go when there are the least amount of people, or the least amount of security, and we should try our goddamnedest to go in there quiet and take the thing and have it gone before anybody realizes it's happening. Now, I am not above doing both loud and quiet. And what I mean by that is diversion. If we can create a diversion that moves security to another location, leaving us the freedom to grab what we need and get out, I think that could work well.
I have a few canisters of tear gas if you can use that.
I'm thinking something much bigger. I'm thinking like
Fair.
the image of a sort of a full frontal, if you get my drift. Now, I don't know farts in the wind about stealing anything mechanical when it comes to like vehicles, airplanes, zeppelins, whatever. However, I am good with a gun and can probably whip up some improvised explosives. So maybe Polly and I, we figure out how to create a diversion, and the rest of you three figure out how to quietly sneak in, get where we need to get, and get the fuck out.
I'm completely down with that. I've started learning a bit about demolitions, and I happen to have 9 flashbangs on me. So I was figuring maybe if I made some sort of time delay, strung them together, and I don't know, threw them in the tank of the fire truck, that explosion alone will cause a distraction. That was why I was asking about shrapnel and shit like that. But that's just a random idea and I had in my head.
However, Ray, I am willing to forego my assumptions and roll some dice here
Some
to figure
dices?
out, to figure out
Sure.
what the best
Ladies.
course of action is.
Yeah, go ahead and roll your tactics. You want to use
Good
a
God.
bonus dice?
Yeah, let's do that, shall we? My tactics say.
Oh, that's way behind.
Stupid. All right. So, how does that work with this again?
Just
You
reroll.
Yeah, just reroll.
Yep, it's essentially gives you advantage. Oh,
Oh no,
let's
definitely
use another one there. That's a bad idea.
My tactics say go fuck yourself. All right, one more, last one, and we deal with whatever the fucking
Consequences are.
Wow,
Oh my
really?
God.
Wow.
Or we use another one.
Or we use another one.
Yeah, do it
'Cause
again.
I don't want to make a plan where we die here.
God, is there
Well,
like?
you guys have 16 remaining.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, use another
Yeah,
one.
I'll use another one. Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
No worries.
God damn it.
It's not. At least it's not a crit fail though. So essentially, a distraction could definitely possibly work. However, you want to make sure you do distraction on the other side of the camp from
Right.
where the entrance is going to be for the Zeppelin. The problem is that you're going to have to deal with the machine gun nest potentially if anybody's manning it at that time. So ideally, Polly would make a distraction while you snipe the machine gunner.
Yeah, I was hoping that maybe Polly could rig something up so it seems as if there are more than just like 2 people doing this. Like maybe we steal a car, we hook up some dummies, and we rig up something that just kind of fires in various directions. And meanwhile, I'll be, nested somewhere, actually doing damage, while the other 3 are wherever they are trying to break in and steal.
Polly can do a couple of things. You can set up like some of these spare guns you guys got from the Arasaka drop off with like some basically remote control like clickers, so you can make it the trigger pulls to do distractions at different parts. You could also do this purely with audio equipment and just record the sound of gunfire and then play it over in the dark. If you go at night, especially, and put little speakers out there, you can mimic the sounds of gunfire to distract them. So there's definitely some cool tech shit you could do. Yeah.
I'm going to do both, and I want to know how many of each I can do.
How long do you want to take?
What time is it now?
So if you guys left probably like mid-afternoon, it'd probably be, I'd say, maybe 1 or 2 o'clock right now. If you want to do the guns,
when's their night shift change?
Well, discussion with Josiah and the rest, they kind of start doing their night patrols around 9 o'clock.
So it's definitely dark by that time.
Yeah. 9 o'clock is when
much-
the sun's gone down, maybe for a half an hour, starting to get like the night is really falling around that time.
So how much can I get done by 8:30?
You can get a couple of sound poppers. If you
That's all
wait
we
until
need.
the next night, you can do both.
All right, I will present that idea. This is what I can do if I have about 24 hours. I can get this done.
What do you think, Josiah? Can we wait?
We've been here for like 4 days already, so one more day is not going to kill me.
All right. Well, then we'll give Polly the time that she needs, and yeah, we'll do that.
So you guys will kind of be camped out in the Badlands for a bit. You'll notice that all 4 of your vehicles, when they're completely like at rest and with activated security measures, they all kind of turn invisible.
Nice.
So all 4 vehicles here, you guys can stay the night while Polly's working in the back of the Thunderbird. So let me get a tech roll from Polly. Your difficulty's gonna be a 15 to get all this done on time. 19 works perfectly fine. So you will get this all wired together, and by around, I'd say 6 p.m. the next day, you've got probably 5 different emitters for the sound, and you've got about 4 or so of the remote control triggers that you can use on the weapons.
All right, I will present them to CD and be like, where are we going to plant these?
Can we steal a car?
You see Josiah's like, what do you mean steal a car?
I mean, like, get a vehicle, steal it, and like drive it into the gate. Diversion.
Oh, there's no gate.
Drive it into something big.
Like
Sure.
the fire truck?
Fire truck.
Yeah.
We could see about that. You want to head back to town and get a car? Like, because we just have these 4 between us.
Okay. Mind losing one of them?
Hey, Max. Secret Squirrel says that's your car.
You super attached to it?
Man, I just got that combat
Kinda
plow.
are.
Oh, that one. No, we don't want to give that one away. All right. Well,
We'll go back and get one we don't care about.
Well, see, now you understand how we feel about our vehicles, asking
fair
if we can spare one. So, all due respect,
yeah.
we
I don't know,
can-
it's just.
I mean, is there like a
putting out
semi
feelers.
junker or something that just barely runs? That
we can probably have something sent over. I mean, that shouldn't
Let's
be
do that.
too big of an issue. We'll just have to call in a favor. Not a big deal.
What's up with the
We
fire
have a
truck?
day.
do that? Well,
You
the
mean the
fire
fire
truck is.
I think the
is-
fire truck is a makeshift tank.
We think it's full of fuel.
Fuel tank.
Maybe I don't know. Like that was my guess. I'm not really too sure, to be completely honest. That's what I'd do.
Okay. Well, maybe we
How
just.
long would it take me to set up, to daisy chain those flashbangs on the front of the truck so it impacts the blow?
We should probably go to the camp and see where everything's positioned before we get
Yeah.
down to the nitty gritty of like we're going to do this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right,
Yeah.
why don't we
yeah.
wait till darkfall?
Yeah.
And then we'll kind of creep our way over, yeah?
Sounds
Yeah.
good.
That's good.
All right. Round of rations, everybody. And you see kind of Josiah pushes off his truck, and the girls pull out some of the rations from their vehicle, start eating. He's like, fuck, all right, I guess I'll get my own shit. And he'll get shit out of his car. You'll see that Lyra, she's the one with the red jacket. She's got the sports car. She's got all kinds of shit set up in her vehicle. Now, this is purely a speed, like a blockade runner. It's got from what Matt can gather, it's probably got like a couple smuggling compartments, but this thing's purely built for speed. It's got nothing else except speed upgrades on it. Not even any armor. It's just pure, this thing rushes. The 2 SUVs, they're set up kind of like yours. There's a living area in the back where they have restrooms and like maybe a burner for like heating up food, things like that. So those are more like your average, nomad type, or I'm on the road all the time vehicle. And as everybody kind of chills out for a bit and just has like some water and just, grab some food, you all relax, darkness starts to fall, and Josiah will round everybody up and start getting you guys to start heading towards the camp like a mile away. He's like, we're leaving the vehicles here, we're going on foot the whole way. Because if they hear it, they're going to catch on to us and we're fucked. So
Yep.
he'll start leading the way out there, and let me transition everybody over to the Nomad camp.
Do we spend XP mid game or no?
What do you plan on buying, sir?
Oh, I was just gonna up my stealth by 1.
Sure, go ahead. I don't mind.
All right, fair.
Use it or lose it, or use it because you will lose it.
This is true.
This is your setup.
All right.
The fire truck is down here, and it's the southeast corner of this entire map. It's actually very close to the ladders and the pulley system and that one building that kind of goes up to the Zeppelin. The Zeppelin you guys can see. It's like 100, 150 feet up in the air. You can only see it against the stars because it's blotting them out, and it's got a couple of lights that are kind of flashing across the bottom. Now,
Was there just ladders, like rope ladders or something hanging down from it for people
it's
to
like
get
a
up?
pulley elevator system to get up
okay.
there. Nothing super high tech. It's literally like there's a platform, and it's in the on the roof of that building. It's like a 1-story building, really decrepit. And on that rooftop, they've got a pulley system going up and down from the Zeppelin. So somebody will get on the platform with whatever they're taking up there, start wheeling it up, and they'll just slowly ascend up to the Zeppelin. And as you guys are there, like kind of taking a look at all this and getting a scope of the 3 buildings and the smaller 4th one, you can see a person's going up the rope ladder right now, not the rope pulley, with a couple of boxes. And as he's kind of like, making his way up, he kind of like staggers a second and hits one of the little boxes, and it falls, hits the ground, and the drone flies out and starts like whizzing around and shoots off into the distance.
I'm gonna watch it.
It goes north.
These turrets that are these like automated turrets?
Yeah.
Those are the machine gun nests.
Machine gun nests?
Yep.
I like
You will
One,
see
one looks automated.
one up north. There's one down by the fire engine down south, right by the entrance to the building that goes with the pulley system, and then one's at the base of the pulley system looking down between the other 2 buildings that are up on the north side. Now, all these buildings, they look like they've been reclaimed. Like they were probably hollowed out, and maybe there's some walls missing, but the wraiths that have come in here, they've kind of patched them up. So they're these really shoddy 1-story buildings with, you can see sheet metal has been put over some of the holes in the walls that were, probably there from age and wear. You can see that they've got some propane tanks on the back of one of the buildings. I'm ping it for you guys right there. That's kind of done to power some of the buildings around here. You can see there are lights on inside the buildings. Looks like it's electric light by the intensity of it. That one machine gun that's right by the fire engine, that is moving, so it is an automated turret. The other 2 machine gun nests, there's one up north, right on the edge of the building by one of the cars, and one at the base, like I said, of the building that leads up to the Zeppelin itself.
Might they be hackable?
Question.
If they're attached to a net architecture, 100%. If they're analog and like motion sensor or like clearance scanning, they're not. Unless you get up to it and then manage to get into the hardware itself.
All right.
But Z does not see a net architecture here at all.
All right.
Next to it, we're not in the city. There's not really going to be a net architecture here at all.
Well, there can be. It's like old abandoned buildings and complexes. Or if somebody pays to have like their hideout to have one for securing data, sure. But yeah, you're right for the most part. Out here, there's not really much in the way of net architectures.
How well lit is this at night? Like, do they have like floodlights up or anything that like light the whole complex up?
So you're seeing a lot of like there are some floodlights on the backs of the buildings. So on the 2 north buildings, there are floodlights that are pointing towards the building. So they're kind of angled down towards the building that has a pulley system on it to light up that outside. So the perimeter around that building is lit up. The other buildings, there are no lights outside really. It's just the internal lights that you see. Of course, there are some lights by the doors like you would normally expect for like old domiciles, but nothing in terms of searchlights or anything like that.
All right. I guess the reason I'm asking is I'm wondering how risky of a proposition it would be to get Polly up to this turret to hack it or to override it or whatever to, take control of it.
She'd probably definitely have to get some stealth rolls in and hope to avoid the perception of the turret itself so that it wouldn't turn and fire on her.
Yeah. Yep.
It's probably also a Militech
on.
turret, let's be real.
Right on.
It might be.
They're working for Militech. We know that. We have known
Well,
that.
some of them are on the payroll. Yeah.
Well, what do you think, CD?
Well, here's what I think. Why don't we fucking light up that fire truck with those grenades, and hopefully, now typically Ray would automated turrets like this. They'd be reading like infrared, or would they just be okay?
So there's, especially at nighttime, there'll be infrared, but also there's going to be some sort of eye identification log. So like if it scans you and hits you,
So yeah, because
it knows
shoot its
friend
own
or
people.
foe, right?
Right. Well, if we can get up to the butt end of this fire truck, we should be clear of like it's probably not going to see us through a fire truck.
Right.
So if we blow up that fire truck, that should cause enough of a disturbance that it's not going to be able to, especially with flashbangs, that it's not going to be able to identify people versus fire. Hopefully, that's the goal. So all we would need to do is we would need to come, from the south, and hopefully rig that guy, from that area, and rig that guy to blow. And once it blows, hopefully that creates enough of a distraction that those of us who are on the east side of the camp can draw attention so that the rest of you can go from the west to take that.
So here's the only thing I point out, since you have the tactics skill. This building here, this building that turret is by, that's the building that has a pulley system to get up to the Zeppelin.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the north side buildings, there's one that has it's probably for storage and also like living quarters, and then the other one up north is also living quarters and probably storage too. There's a smaller building next to the one that you want to go up on top of, but it looks like it's probably just like a 1-man or 2-person like living quarter situation.
Okay, so maybe instead, what's this guy up here? This is like an ambulance, or is this just like
It's an old box truck.
Okay.
Yeah, there's an old box truck parked to the north of it.
Yeah, so maybe we rig, and over here, this is another turret.
That's actually a machine gun nest.
Oh,
That one
yeah.
actually has to have somebody manning it.
Yeah. So how about this then? We go over here, and we light this fucking thing on fire. We blow this thing up. We blow the box truck up. I'll take out the turret here, and then the rest of you can come in from this end, from the west, to here, and just avoid the fucking turret. Just don't go to that side of the building. And if you have to, I'm sorry, I can't hold your hand the whole way. There's got to be a window. Put a hole in the wall. It looks like from my perspective, you're going to get less resistance over here. And if we draw the attention of the turret and the fire from over here, you should have an easier time getting to the roof. And maybe you'll just have to, one of you will have to bite the bullet, literally, and blow up one of those turrets or fire down on it and kill it. Or
Bonus
just don't get seen
points
by it.
if we can rig some kind of remote explosive in case we need to blow the propane tank.
That's what I was hoping we would be able
Bonus
to
points to do crazy shit. I don't. You know what?
Yes.
I can't
Or
disagree with
style.
you. Style points.
CD's plan sounds like as good as any other.
I agree.
It seems like you have a plan. Yeah.
Or as near a plan as we're going to get.
Okay, what's everybody's job? Before we go, what is everyone's job?
Get to the Zeppelin and fly it.
Kill machine gun.
do. Yep.
To get Max to the Zeppelin to fly it.
Okay, my job is to take out to snipe the guy in the nest, and Polly.
I'll be setting off the speakers of auto fire, as well as whatever guns we get set up with remote triggers.
Okay.
Okay,
I would like at least one of them pointed at that propane tank because I want to blow it.
whose job is to light this fucking box truck up?
I can go ahead and make you a sticky bomb with a whole bunch of flashbangs together,
That'll work.
and
great.
just load it up with
Do you have like
grease.
a remote
Don't
detonator?
forget.
and I'll
Don't
have a
forget
remote
there's-
on it. So
Okay.
once I'm told that it's stuck there, I'll just blow it.
Don't forget, there's 3 other people.
Yeah, you guys have 3 nomads with you.
Okay.
Well, if that's more positions to fire to distract them.
Okay.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, machine gun, then up.
Yeah, we need.
Yes. Now, the 3 that are with us, we're going to need them to make as much noise as possible from a strategic position somewhere, around this
Northwest.
area.
So on the north?
some-
Okay.
right. We want to draw attention here so that the rest of the team can come in from this end and get to here.
All right. So you want them
Right.
on the northwest side.
Yeah.
Okay.
Meanwhile, before things get started, hold on. Before I make any fucking assertions, let me make sure I actually have the fucking stealth to back this play up. Okay. Skills.
If not, I hope you got XP.
I don't know why I haven't been using stealth prior to this. All right.
You did actually.
I did, yeah, I did.
At the night
fuck, I'm
market.
kidding. Yeah, I fucking
If you
snuck
haboom
up
us,
on those
Chris.
dudes. Yeah, so then before the shit hits the fan, my dummy ass will sneak up here and plant the sticky, and then I will retreat to an area where I can get a view of the nest to snipe.
Okay.
And then the go point will be when this blows, when this box truck goes off.
Don't mind me. I was just looking at your cyberware. All right, sounds good. Your sneak up is the goal. The box truck, put the sticky bomb up, and then move out to try to position to take out the machine gun nest. Cool. Let's go ahead and start moving people in position to where they want to be to start off this little adventure. So we've got CDs going on the north end to northeast, so like a little bit beyond the box truck and the buildings that are up there. We've got polys going down south.
I believe so. I'll still be in range, right?
Of what?
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm
of
gonna
your-
have to come in.
Your
Yeah,
auto
of
stuff.
the remotes.
Yeah. So if you want to set that up, if you want to do that before everything kicks off, go ahead and roll me your stealth.
Yeah, definitely.
Let's see what you get. Do you want to use? Do you want to use any luck?
Not at the moment. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
I critted
25.
for a 25.
So you managed to skirt past the outliers of some of the floodlights that are down in the southern portion of the camp. You go past just the outer perimeter of that, and you make it around to the buildings. And you want to set stuff up. You said something pointing towards the propane tank, and then some other stuff up north. Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I'd like to have some. I'd like to alternate. All right, so I've got 4 recordings and how many guns?
Like 3.
Okay, so one of the guns is going to be aiming at propane tank.
Okay.
And then I'll space out on the northern line, alternating speakers and guns. So like this one right here will be a speaker. That'll be a speaker because I have more than that. This gun right here is going to be aiming towards this poor sap, or actually probably aiming towards here. This doorway will they're more likely come out of.
So just so you know, your
And then
aim
those
on this
sorts
is
of-
going to be ridiculously difficult. These are not set up for accuracy. There's no AI attached to it or no
right.
VI.
No, it's just aimed at that doorway. It's general mass. whatever.
Right. So it's
Yeah, I
not
think
really
it's
going
more-
to hit much of anything. It's just going to definitely cause chaos.
Right.
It's just the chaos factor.
It's
okay, so-
that's distinctly none of them are really for precision. They're just
Right.
meant to like.
The only one
Start
I'm
a party.
hoping hits
Bing, bing,
is the propane tank.
Right. So CD is
Yes.
kind of getting in position, and you see just barely in peripheral, Polly's go around and setting everything up. This takes like probably 2 hours for her to get everything set up the way she wants it to, and you're the whole time avoiding the occasional patrols that you see some of the Raff and Shiv walk out, do like a perimeter and check, then go back to sitting down, smoking cigarettes, having a drink or whatever. But there's definitely security here now that the sun has set. It's just not as tight as you would expect because it seems like they feel that they're a bit invincible. You will also note as Polly's moving around that these turrets have Arasaka branding on them.
Okay.
If you recall, they hit an Arasaka transport. That's what they hit. That's what got them a lot of their
Okay.
heavier shit. And then they got paid by Militech on top of it all. So this is a lot of new hardware. But it seems like Polly gets everything set up. She gets everything in order the way she wants it to be. And as the witching hour is approaching, Josiah hits up Max over the radio. He's like, all right, so are we just doing distraction up top? Or are we going with you? What's the plan here, ultimately?
Yeah. What is the plan?
You guys are on distraction up top to pull as much as you can away attention-wise from the Zeppelin so that I can get to it. Polly's gonna blow the box truck and CD's gonna take out the turret up there, the band turret up there to try and take control of it. Meanwhile, the automated guns and the sound effects are going to go off from the north to make it look and sound like there's an assault coming from that direction to hopefully draw up all the attention. And hopefully that'll be enough to get me and whoever's covering me or coming with me over to the building with the lift to get up to the Zeppelin so I can fly it out of here.
Okay, we'll do our damnedest up here.
Yeah. If they are able to get away with the Zeppelin and a pursuit begins, my suggestion would be that you try to halt that pursuit so that they can get away. If things get too hot, you need to back up. There's only 3 of you. That's fine. We don't want anybody dying.
Right.
But our goal is to engage them long enough for that Zeppelin to get away so that they can't pursue it.
Okay. Sounds good. We'll see to it.
I have a question for the ST.
Sure.
Would we have had enough time to use all the miscellaneous tarps and other things to basically make Max's vehicle look like a rock or a dune or something?
No, because it turns invisible.
Oh yeah, never mind. It's gonna be invisible. Fuck.
Yeah, Matt has that security system that turns the car invisible.
Yep.
It's a cloaking field.
We'll be back. Jeff's muted and he's talking. That's funny.
Just like,
I was just saying, same with the other 3 that are around, the SUVs and the fucking other thing. It's
Yep.
all invisible.
Yep.
yeah, that's why I commented. I'm like, that's the upgrades. Like they all fucking go boop, cloaking field.
Yep.
All right, everybody, move yourself in a position where you want to start from. If you're not already there.
Where are you going, Max? Because I'm going with you. We're going right there? Okay.
So, just a little bit southwest of that main pulley building, there are the burned out husks of a small, like, narrow building that you guys
right
can
here.
see there. Yeah, right between 2 rocks.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's where I'm headed.
Okay.
Yep, because then we'll try and scale.
Seems
this
like
wall.
good cover, and I've got stealth.
I also
Ditto.
have the stealths.
Let's do stealths all around. I know that Polly rolled hers to set stuff up, but this is a new set of situations.
Right.
It takes about an hour and a half for everybody to get into position, get everything situated, etc. At this point in time, it's probably 10 o'clock. The moon's starting to rise a bit on the edge of the horizon to cast a little bit of pale light across the ground. It's the desert, so that means it's probably dropping to around like 60 degrees right about now. It's getting colder, and it will progressively get colder as the night goes on. But you guys are walking through this wasteland, like the small pebble, craggly ground that are it's kind of making a good deal of noise when you guys move. So walking on this ground is very different for those that are born in the city than trying to be stealthy in a city, because you're walking on concrete and you're walking on floors. Here, you're walking on pebbles and rocks that crush beneath your feet every step you take, which makes being stealthy a little more difficult. Now, mind you, Max is used to this. As a nomad, he's been out here doing this type of shit before in the past, but for the rest of you, it's a little bit disconcerting. Maybe CD's done some stuff in the wild where he's not quite as off-put by this, but for everybody else, it's like, shit, every step you take, you're like, fuck, did somebody hear that? So, let's get those stealth rolls. We'll start with CD and move counterclockwise around the screen. So, CD, go and roll your stealth.
Okay. And using luck, how exactly does that work?
For every point of luck you have that you spend, you add +1 to your roll.
Okay. So how often does that refresh, or how often
Game
do
session.
you use that? Okay. So use it when you need it. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. I will not use luck currently.
Right.
Ooh.
Ooh,
But
6.
you will use one of the
Might
die.
be in
I
order.
will use one of those dice to re-roll.
Okay, no
Jeez.
problem.
Fucking Christ.
That's better.
Okay, 19's respectable. Let me go ahead and roll perception here for one of these dude bros that are your opposition.
Sure.
Dude, bro, guys.
Dude bro guys that do dude bro stuff. Let me see here. Perception. Bow.
Oh.
Oh, shit. Look at that. You get by him. This is guy sitting up here at the table that you can see. Like, as you get towards a botch truck, you can see as the people are walking in and out of the buildings occasionally. Like, one of the doors open, you see light get cast in that direction. And just outlines a silhouette of this semi-borged up Raffin Shiv. And as the light fades when somebody closes the door, you see a cigarette light up as he takes a puff and exhales in the air. He doesn't seem to see you. Like, the cigarette kind of turns away from you, like he's looking over towards a machine gun nest. But you are able to move your full movement, which is going to be 1 square per dot of movement you have. So whatever that is, enjoy.
Okay. I'm by the box truck, or I'm going towards it. Is that what?
Well, I thought you were going towards the box truck to set up the
Yeah,
explosive.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I was headed here. I'm just trying to determine if I'm here and I get to move away, or if I'm...
You can be by the box truck. That's fine. And then move away from there. Totally cool.
Okay.
Where's movement?
Front page.
Move.
It's one of your
Yeah, it's one of
attributes.
your- yeah. All
I
right.
see.
I will go...
Now, I noticed you did not have any IR optics in terms of cyberware.
I have natural eyes.
Okay, so you are going to be kind of at the whim of stuff here. You can see this the machine gun nest, just barely, with a bit of the moonlight that's coming down now, and a little bit of the lights from the Zeppelin above are kind of shining down, so you can just barely see it. But the scope on the sniper rifle you have definitely will have some sort of either low light enhancements or it will have something like infrared, so you can get a spot on when you're in the goggles, like well, not goggles, but in the scope. But until then, it's gonna be a little rough for line of sight.
I am going to be. My job is to take out that nest. So as soon as I take out the net, like as soon as I'm about to shoot, I'll just tell Polly like now.
Okay.
But I'm going to take as much time as I need to aim. Hopefully, I get that.
Yeah, you can get a bonus +1 for. We'll give you +2 for aiming. I'm fine with that. So while CD is maneuvering himself up on the north side of the camp, who's moving down south?
I believe the rest of us, I think.
All right.
I'm waiting. I'm following behind Max
Okay,
because I'm covering him.
let's continue counterclockwise. Max, go ahead and roll your stealth.
Also gonna make sure that I have my grapple gun on me.
Not a problem at all.
Let's see. No, stealth we need.
Wow, you are a ghost. A specter gliding across a plane of glass. Would
One
be
might say
louder than you.
a wraith.
A wraith, yes.
Ooh.
You may move your full movement without any sort of penalty for being stealthy. And since line of sight is technically blocked to you, you're perfectly fine. It's the silence was the important part, and you make it there like a ghost, like a wraith.
Okay. Now, how far do I get?
Your movement in squares.
My movement in squares. So it's my move rating, right?
Yep.
So basically, I'm letting you guys have 5 feet per dot of movement, which is usually like around, I'd say average 35-ish. Unless you got a low movement, which is possible.
That's me.
My movement
I
is
got
5.
6.
Okay. Z, go ahead and roll your stealth.
So I take the negative for night or low light on there.
Only when you're going to be viewing stuff without the scope.
Okay.
Once you're in the scope of the sniper rifle, no penalty.
Okay.
Once
All right.
once the box truck pulls up, there will be a campfire right there.
All right, Z. Let's see if we can spot you since you're going to be kind of... Oh, look at this. You guys are being stealthy. You got a 13, you got a 17. This is doing good. Where do you want to move to? So you come up around the bottom of the fire engine, slim back the side of the fire truck, and start making your way towards that turret. And you just kind of see your moment and beeline towards the turret itself. And you get right up next to it. Which brings us to Polly, your stealth.
Do it, Doug.
14. Not bad at all. Where are you going?
Man.
Well, since nobody has direct line of sight, well, actually, one person does, depending on where you move, has line of sight. But given the fact that the floodlights are kind of messing with their night vision, they're not going to be able to see past. Now it's just to see if you can be quiet. So 14 is pretty respectable. You should be pretty sure you're quiet enough. Where do you want to move to? That's it.
There you go. I have.
Do you want to
5
double?
movement.
Do you want to double time it and move twice your move? You use your other action for moving.
Okay.
Matt's can do that too, by the way. You can move twice if you want to, if you don't perform an action during the turn.
Oh, I will do that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
All
And
right.
I'll be crouched right at this tent. I don't want to break the line because I feel I may be in sight of the automated turret.
Fair enough. You will tell once you get to that tent that's just outside the southern edge of the building with the pulley system. It seems like it's a storage tent. There's no light, no movements inside. You can't even hear anybody breathing. It's probably storing goods of some type. Vox, 12. That's not bad.
I'm gonna spend a die. I rolled a 2. That's definitely bad.
Oh, bad roll, man. Bad roll.
19, much better.
Fair enough. Where do you want to move to?
Right behind him.
So you slide
Not my
right
full
behind
move, but-
Max. Max and Vox are kind of huddled together in the remains of this burned out husk of a structure. There's not a lot here in terms of like cover if a gunfight ensued, but it's enough to block line of sight and break up your outline so people like looking over this way probably are not going to see you. So you guys are pretty well hunkered down in this hollowed out, like burned down building. That brings us to the top, which brings us back to CD. Everybody's moved in position. It seems like the nomads that are with you from Snake Nation are setting themselves up as well.
Okay. I will take my aim and I'll give a countdown of 5, and then I'll take my shot.
All right. Go ahead and take your shot.
At that time, that's when Polly should hit the switch to blow the thing.
I will give you a free reroll on the shot because the person you're shooting at has no idea shit's going on.
Okay. It is
Roll
time
with
for
advantage,
sniper
son.
rifle.
Yep. Your difficulty.
Ooh, no, bad.
You don't want that. A 22 minus 10? Not good. Critical failure.
Definitely
fucked up
take that
part
free
about-
reroll.
The fucked
Right.
up part about that is, on a 1, he got a 22.
Yep,
Oh my god. So you're 50 feet
that's
away.
better.
That's better.
27 will definitely hit you. Will hit you. Yeah, you'll hit yourself with a bullet. It just curves back and it's like, fuck you,
The
man.
curvature around the Earth.
Shoo, dink.
So you take your shot and you'll definitely hit. A 27, you only need it. Let's see. You're 50 feet away. Sniper rifle. His difficulty is a 25.
What?
With scope.
Doesn't matter.
What's the scope bonus?
The scope's going to eliminate. I'm looking at the scope to eliminate the dark penalties.
Ah, fair.
Is it
Technically,
because
he's at a
I'm
29 because of the +2 from aiming, but still.
It's because you're so
no,
close.
I included the dice. Well, see that was the thing. I wasn't sure. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
So you
is
still
this-
hit.
yeah. I mean, I don't know if this would this be easier with a fucking machine gun, but that's fine. I'm close. I'm taking close sniper shots. That's fine.
Actually, it would have been easier with this machine gun by 10 points, which is
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Jesus.
You probably shouldn't snipe someone from 50 feet away. As it turns out, this isn't Call of Duty, and
Right.
you do need
You
a
didn't
scope.
360 no scope? Like what's
No,
going?
no,
Dude, you're
dude, I didn't-
failure.
Yeah, I know.
Well, if they
Alright.
shoot back at you, just start jumping up and down.
I will.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Probably missed.
run and jump, run and jump. All right, so go ahead and roll your damage for the sniper rifle.
Plus an additional 5 because I used my spot weakness.
Okay, so 21 damage. That's pretty respectable there. That's a little rough,
Yeah,
actually.
especially with 2 1s.
Yeah.
yeah.
So
Okay, we are.
you're sitting there and you pull the trigger, and through the scope, you see the person get hit, and they kind of stagger over to the side, and they scream out like, "Ah, shit! I've been hit!"
The explosion first.
So the bot struck.
Box truck goes up. What I will do is over the comms be like, fire in the hole, close your eyes. Click.
All right, so do me a favor and roll 5d6 for the explosion. 20.
Nice. That's not a bad roll.
Very nice. Very
Not
nice.
bad. You will cut this poor fucker's health in half as he's standing outside and gets blasted back against the wall of the building with shrapnel from the botch truck, like embedded in his body. Now let me get rid of the botch truck as it's now a crater in the ground. However, you will hear, at least, let me put it this way, Max will hear, not Max, what the hell? CD will hear this like weird, like the sound of gears going on, like just starting to hum up, and something is coming to life in the ruins of this botch truck.
Fuck.
So as a black billowing smoke starts to kind of spread and the fire is lighting up this area around the botch truck, you see this massive spider drone with Arasaka logos all over it start to kind of rise up on its 4 feet. It's damaged by the explosion, hardcore. Like one of the legs is kind of dragging behind, but it's still
deja vu.
active. Initiative for everybody.
Oh man.
I don't really think this is going the way they planned originally. The appearance of that spider walker kind of, I think, threw things off. So we'll wish them the best of luck and see if their diversion is still going to leave anybody standing when the dust settles. See you guys in this episode.